All right, where are my peanut butter lovers at? Well, welcome to week 3 of Pie Month, and today, all you peanut butter lovers, is for you. We are making a single serve, no bake, no oven required, no air fryer required, peanut butter pie. It starts with a chocolate Oreo crust, and then it's filled with a fluffy, light, creamy peanut butter filling, a little whipped cream on top, maybe a little more chocolate. You're gonna love it. Okay, we're gonna start with the crust for our peanut butter pie, and today we're gonna use just this little 6-ounce ramekin, perfect amount for one person. Now, for our crust, I'm using Oreos today because I want a little chocolate with my peanut butter. I think it's pretty much the perfect flavor combo. But if you're not a chocolate fan, you can totally use graham crackers in your crust. I'm only using 2 Oreos, just regular filled Oreos, or you could use 1 sheet or 2 squares of graham cracker crumbs. So I've just put it in my little trusty food processor here and made the crumbs, and I'm gonna add it in my bowl. I have half of a tablespoon of melted butter, and I am using salted butter. So we're just gonna add that in and stir it up, and it's just gonna have a consistency of some damp sand. That glue just that butter acts as glue to hold those crumbs together. We just want to take a ramekin. We're going to go ahead and put those crumbs in the bottom. Now, if you want more chocolate, go ahead and use 3 Oreos, live dangerously. And then we're just going to use our hands and push those crumbs down into the bottom of the ramekin. Now, if you wanted to make this crust a little more crispy, it's going to be kind of wet and damp, which is fine. But if you want it a little crispier, then you could bake your crust. And I would just bake it in your 350-degree oven for 2 to 3 minutes till it starts to get a little lightly, it's kind of hard to tell on the Oreo crust, but just a little bit set. And that will give you a little bit crisper, not quite as damp of a crust. Now for the filling for our peanut butter pie, it's a 2-step process. It's quick and easy, but there are 2 steps. The first step is to whip your heavy whipping cream. And I am just gonna use 1/3 cup of heavy whipping cream. If you don't wanna put whipping cream on top of your peanut butter pie, you can just use 1/4 cup, but I'm whipping up a little extra to use to garnish the pie with. And then we're just gonna beat this until we have nice, soft, fluffy whipped cream. Now, you might wanna make sure, because we're dealing with such a little amount of whipped cream, that you use a small bowl. Otherwise, you're gonna be chasing that whipped cream all over the bowl. Then we're gonna set our whipped cream aside, and in our second bowl, I have 1 ounce, yes, just 1 ounce of cream cheese, all right? And into that, I am going to add 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. Now, if you don't have powdered sugar, you can use regular sugar. You just make it a little grittiness in. Just make sure you beat it really well at this stage to get that sugar all kind of dissolved into the cream cheese. So I'm just gonna take my mixer again. We're gonna mix it again together so it's nice and smooth. Now you wanna make sure all the sugar gets absorbed in, so no dry sugar left in your bowl. And you wanna make sure that cream cheese is nice and soft before you start. That way you won't get any lumps in your cream cheese. All right, and into this, then we're gonna add 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract, or a little bit more. Can't ever have too much vanilla, I don't think. And then peanut butter. And I am using natural Jif peanut butter. I like to use a creamy peanut butter, but there's no rule that says you can't use chunky if that's what you like and that's what you have. So 1/4 cup we're gonna add in. And then we're just gonna mix that together. Right, your mixture should be nice and smooth. It's all incorporated. And then we're gonna grab back that whipping cream that we whipped up, and we are going to add that into our peanut butter mixture. All right, now remember, we're not gonna add all of it in if we're gonna use part of it on top for a garnish. Get this out of the way. I'm gonna leave maybe a tablespoon or 2 in, just enough to put a blop on top. And then we're just gonna take our spatula and we're gonna fold that whipping cream in. That means I'm just gonna kind of gently turn it and then fold, okay? You don't want to just beat it because then you'll kind of break down the whipping cream and it won't be as light and fluffy. So folding, this is kind of a folding motion. You go around and then over. I'm gonna gently kind of incorporate the two together. It takes a little bit because that peanut butter mixture is so much heavier. Put our filling in to our little pie crust here. I'll give you a couple of options of ways that you can garnish it. You can eat it just like this. And I just like to smooth out the top a bit. And then I saved a little whipped cream. Just dollop a little bit in the middle. I think all pie needs either ice cream or whipped cream personally. Sometimes both. Now because I like a little chocolate with my peanut butter, I like to then garnish off the top with some little mini chocolate chips, or I have some Halloween candy left. So I've got some of those little mini Reese's peanut butter cups. So I just chopped up one of those, and that is what I'm gonna add to the top of this one. Or if you really want a nice chocolate layer on your peanut butter pie, you can do a layer of chocolate ganache over the top, and I will in the description down below tell you how to do that. We're just gonna melt a little bit of some chocolate chips and with a little cream and then spread that on the top. So good. Look at that. It is the perfect way to satisfy any peanut butter craving. It's quick, it's easy, it does not require any oven. You could eat it right now, or you could chill it to let it set up a bit, whatever you want. Now, let's grab a spoon and give it a try. All right, here we go. Again, look at that. Light, fluffy, peanut buttery, just the right amount of chocolate to go with it. Hope you'll give this a no-bake peanut butter pie a try, and come back next week and find out what pie is next in Pie Month.